Hello, my name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, A Game of Thrones. We are Lord Edmund Tully of the River Run. In last episode, we started out as Lord Paramount of the Trident. We helped manage the realm through a turbulent time. We managed to gain another duchy as well, and we helped sort out the family. We got our sister married off to Patrick Frey, and finally set up a matrilineal marriage for our heir, Celia Tully. Now I could hold a grand wedding for them, but that's 2/3 of my gold, and only vassal opinion plus 10. So we'll have to keep it small. So, slight problem here. Lord Jeremy of Edgerton wants to kill my spymaster, Othin. He's been a very reliable spymaster. As you can see, he has 8 known plots at the moment. And Master Orlin of Rosby is in on it as well. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to end the plot, my good sir. He will refuse. How about you? Do you want to stop backing his plot? He will. So Brother Brendan has asked me for the Lordship of Rosby. Alright, that's not the High Lordship, not the Duchy. Only the County of Rosby. That's acceptable. Master Orlin has dropped out of his plot. So that brings the plot power down to 25. I don't mind asking my spymaster to kill this guy since that's what's happening to him. So we'll do that. I didn't realize this. In the Game of Thrones mod, you can call for a faceless man. Partly that's because of my high intrigue. Instead, I'm going to see if I can get anybody else to join my plot. Lord Jeribald is willing to help me out, and he'll bring 16% to my plot power. He's accepted, and that brings our power up to 53. I have fallen into the temptation of slothfulness. There are things I have neglected in my castle. Things that should have been done, but I postponed them. May the gods help me. I'll lose piety and gain stress. That seems pretty bad. Virtues are not worth it. I'll lose prestige. I lose the trait diligent. So I either get stressed or lose diligent. Either way, my intrigue and stewardship is going down. But if I lose diligent, I'm losing other things as well. But stress affects my fertility and health. My character is already pretty good. And even losing diligent, they'll probably be better than any replacement. So I'd like to keep our health and our fertility. So virtues are not worth it. During my stay at the court of a noble in Seagard, I have done my utmost to present my liege in a favorable light. So once again I have succeeded, and he likes me +5 for 3 years. I'm finally coming into the point where I can afford to upgrade my castle again. There are a couple defensive options I can get up for 75 gold. I think I'm going to hold off though until I have 150 gold and get Castletown, because that's the only thing that really improves my income. We have an interesting situation here in the southeast. Looks like the Targaryens are expanding. They've taken the Claw, and now this is all Dragonstone. And we still have parts of the Iron Isle that are floating around too. I feel like somebody's going to have to take them back for the Trident at some point. Yeah, King Aegon Targaryen the Just is a 31 marshal. So King Steffon of the Trident, who I'm generally rather positive on, has declared the Vassalation War on Lord Ballman of Hayford. And Lord Ballman is my best friend. So what am I going to need to do here? So unfortunately, Lord Ballman does not stand much of a chance. He has only 300 troops. I have 8,000, but still I can't stand against the might of Lord Steffon. Excuse me, King Steffon. Celia asks, since we all die anyway, why be so hassled about life? If I say, I suppose you are right, 50% chance she gets chased, 50% chance temperate. I could say, what about enjoyment? And she could get 50% chance lustful, and then 50% chance gluttonous. I really don't want her to have chaste, because that's minus 15% fertility, and right now she is the heir. Gluttonous isn't too bad. It's -2 to stewardship and -5% attraction. But she could get lustful, which is plus 20% fertility. I've indulged with hedonism myself, so I'm going to say, what about enjoyment? And she's got lustful, so that's excellently good news. How is she looking, by the way? She's 15 diplomacy and 16 stewardship. Her other traits are not that good, but she seems like an excellent lord. Again, an artist wants to paint my portrait of Lord Oscar. It's only 10 gold, which is much more affordable at this point. Under my guidance, my daughter Celia is slowly mastering the art of swordsmanship, +2 martial. Not really what I had in mind. It's nowhere near his best trait. My little friend Danos always has his nose in the books and spends all his time amongst the septums of the faith of the seven. Such a bright child. He gains the trait zealous. He already has zealous. So it's just, do I want him to keep it or not? Neither me nor his father are particularly zealous, so I will not raise a zealot. Apparently there's some raiding going on up here by Lord Walden of Oldwick. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Lord Arwen has some new ideas that are in direct contrast to your previous orders. I could say, how dare he question me and get stubborn, or I could defer to his judgment. That would cost me prestige, and I may get diligent, arbitrary, or authoritative. I like Lord Arwen. Let's defer to his judgment. And I got arbitrary, which is basically the worst of the bunch. -2 stewardship and -1 learning. My stewardship is down to 8, which isn't very good at all. So my friend Lord Ballman has been imprisoned by Lord John of Antlers, who is part of King Steffon's army. And the war is over. Lord Ballman has accepted the peace offering. His territory has been vassalized. He's still in prison, though. Apparently winter is coming. As it gets colder, we can no longer work the fields. My building time goes up, my building costs go up, my levies go down. I don't think it's affected my taxes, though, so that's probably a good thing. So we just had to replace the septon. I believe the other one passed, but it made me think that it's been a while since I looked at the council. I thought maybe they were getting on a bit, but perhaps not. Everybody still seems to be pretty pleased with me. Lord Manfred is spymaster for Lord Jaribald, but he would like to come join me in River Run. I have enough courtiers, thank you. Liza is pregnant, And this time it's mine. I think. Good news. Lots of armies just caught up there. I'm guessing this is an effort to take out the Ironborn that are raiding on the shore. We'll keep an eye on this for a minute. We're up to 132 gold, so getting pretty close to where we want to be to upgrade the castle. Turns out we've been put in command. I am commander of the Trident. We're leading troops in Laliston, and our preferred target is Lord Ballman of Crackclaw Baron. Crackclaw Baron is over here in what is now considered Dragonstone. Also occurring, the High Septon has died, age 54. A new High Septon has been named. We have received word of a decree from Duskendale. King Steffon has declared that the lordship of Harrenhal shall henceforth be the traditional seat of the heir to the kingdom of the Trident. Dickon Darklin has been invested as the first prince of Harrenhal. That is somewhat of an interest to me because I have a strong claim on the lordship of Harrenhal. I do have a truce right now with King Steffon of the Trident. It's going to last 7 more years. My friend Danos does his homework and is always on time for his lessons. He has a good mentor, so he'll gain one of a few stats, and diligent. Praise him in front of the court. He'll gain a stat and prestige. Thank the 7. I'll gain piety and 10% chance he'll get slothful. This child needs to lighten up. 50% he gets slothful, 40% he gets diligent. I'm going to say he has a good mentor. Where's the lie? Lord Arwen has formed an alliance with Lord Walter of Deddington. To be fair, they both have a positive opinion of me, so I shouldn't be worried. The only faction in the High Lordship of Riverrun are the ones that are loyal to me. My lord, after much talk, the most devout have finally selected a new High Septon. His Holiness has renounced any worldly name and is no longer a man, but an avatar of the gods themselves. May his reign be blessed. Othon wants to discourage one of my vassals again. This time it's my own brother, who has a negative opinion of me, even though I gave him his title. Let's do nothing. Let him be mad. And once again, I should reward Othon. Is Knight really appropriate for a Spymaster? I wouldn't think so. I'm willing to give him 16 gold. I'm going to send him to Duskendale and see what happens after that. I'm not concerned about my position at Riverrun. Lord Ballman has been released, and he is back reigning in Hayford as a vassal of King Steffon. So all's well that ends well, I guess, although his wife is dead. That happened pretty recently. So that's sad. He's had a rough time of it. We are no longer in command. Does that mean this war is over? Doesn't seem like it. Oh look, we've had another daughter. Lady Liza wants to name her Tysane. I'm going to leave it at Tice. So yeah, House Tully. Happy day. I'm still happy with Celia. She's getting even better. Look at that. I can't complain at all. 16 diplomacy, 17 stewardship. King Steffon has called up his troops. The realm is in a state of war, and he wants me to supply men to his army. We're going to war with Storm King Argalak the Arrogant in the war over Hayford. So my man Lord Ballman is at the center of this again. I will support the throne. I'm going to call up my vassal levies only though. So how does this work now? I still get to control them? It looks that way. Let's all meet up down here in Sohorn. I imagine that'll take a little while. Wonderful news. Celia has had a son. His name is Simon. And one day he'll be the heir to Riverrun. Most likely. Let's add him to my list over here of characters of special interest. I have Celia, King Steffon, Lord Ballman, and now Simon Tully. Some of my vassals are upset about their levies, but it's not too bad yet. We haven't even grouped up in Rosby yet. Is my liege still at war? I have to imagine he is. Yeah, not even a battle yet. Alright, so here we are. My vassal levies are grouped up in Sohorn. I'm going to send them into Hayford. If anything, maybe it will dissuade the Storm King from sieging my best friend's province. At age 25, King Steffon of the Trident has died in battle against Lord Barristan of Harvest Hall. That's down here in Blackwater Bay. So King Dickon of the Trident has invited me to the funeral. Of course I shall attend. But then he asked me to hail his name as King of the Trident. My understanding was, so now the Kingdom of the Trident is primogeniture. So his kids will inherit it. There will be no Great Council. I'm not too happy about that, Lord Dickon. It says my opinion of Dickon is minus 37. I can't quite figure out why that is. His opinion of me is pretty good. I'm going to curse his name. Lord Ballman is happy about my service to King Dickon. More its service to him, I believe. I'm going to resign from any positions that I hold in the Trident. One as Master of Laws, and then also as Commander. Now I have my troops over here in Hayford. Remember, these are my liege levies. But the new King of the Trident is getting whooped by the Storm King here. I think he's about to march into Hayford. He's got 21,000. I don't think we're going to be able to compete with that. You know, my liege levies are getting torched. They've been defeated. The feasting has begun. The endless courses King Dickon ordered are impressing the guest. The pinnacle of these is an enormous pie, surmounted with smaller pies, forming a crown. This is vaguely ridiculous. So yeah, the Storm King is about to win his war any minute. In the meantime though, we're having the funeral for King Steffon. So the Storm King is now sieging Rosby, which of course we are the lord of. So that's going to affect our income. They shouldn't be able to claim it though, because they don't have... It's not de jure part of their kingdom. I thought we had money for a castle town in River Run, but apparently the price is going up. Hopefully we'll be there in a couple months. King Dickon has offered me the commander position again. I'll decline. Apparently Aegon Targaryen's dragon has died. It's probably why his marshal was so high. Still at a 27. Now we can get a castle town into River Run. That'll give us 1.5 gold per month, which is pretty good. We're only making about 3.5 right now. So this war has not continued the way that I thought it would. It's down to 64 for Storm King Argilac. It seemed like they tried to push towards Duskendale, and it didn't go as well as they'd hoped. It's affecting my holdings in River Run as well. There's not much I can do about it at this point. Now it's going back up for the Storm King. My Squire Danos has become a grown man. I can choose to knight him if I want. Really, I'd say probably he's not ready, but he's one of my best friends. He does look pretty good. He's still young. He's earned it. I'll gain 20 prestige. Rise, Sir Danos. So there it is. The war is over. The Storm King has reclaimed Hayford. And now Lord Ballman is in a different realm. He's getting on a bit as well. He's up to 50. I'm still only 35. So as I mentioned, the war is over. And King Dickon is only 2. I have a strong claim on one of his titles, the Lordship of Harrenhal, and my personal levy is 7,000, while his levies are 793. Now he does have the Crown Loyalist, which has twice as many levies as he does, so I think that brings it up to about 2,000. And then the garrison at Harrenhal has 3,500. So part of me thinks that I might be able to win that war. So I think we'll leave that for next episode. I'm sure this will be a short one. But what I thought was going to be a period of peace has degenerated into a pretty bad time for one of my favorite characters. And then our king was killed in battle, and I think we're looking forward to a real turbulent time in the Riverlands with such a young king. I have a strong claim on a great territory, and I think I can start to play the political game and maybe the intrigue game a little bit harder. It seems like it's a good time to fight for position in the Trident. I have a strong character, I have a strong heir, and we have a weak king. So it's all lining up. I want to have a nice think about it. So I'm going to sign off for now. My name is Ty. I am your homicidal chauffeur. This has been the excellent Crusader Kings 2, A Game of Thrones. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And have a great night.